Hello, everyone out there in Rumble X and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego. Oh my God. Okay, you know what I'm talking about here. All right. Wow. Oh well, we'll get into it. Oh my God! All right, yeah. Okay. Well, first I need my C4 there. Oh my God, we're gonna get into this. All right, here. Let's just do it. Let's just get into this episode. All right, no prologue. Let's just get into this damn thing. Okay, so where did we leave off last time? Okay, yes, there was a whole thing. Wait a minute, almost forgot. I forget to do this, and I got to start doing this more often. You got to remind me in the comments. All right, this right here. Okay, that one right there. Okay, that one right there. That is my X right there. That's my X. Diego Knows, @KnowsDiego. And this is my Rumble. That's Rumble right there. Okay. That's Rumble, okay? Because I got to post my videos other places because you know how YouTube is. They don't really like me or people of my political affiliation, if you know what I mean, okay? And they try to suppress you and they try to nitpick and they try to like take you down, okay? Any which way they can, all right? So that's why, just in case, they strike down my videos, you can watch it somewhere else. That's why it's there, okay? All right, because they're not going to silence me. I ain't going to let them silence me. It's a free country, damn it. All right, moving right along. So where we left off last time, there was a whole discrepancy with Herbert, okay, Soy Boy Herbert, and his wife, Lisa Todd Wexley, who's a piece of crap herself, okay? And he is a beta male soy boy, but he's a provider. He's a provider. He's the perfect guy to cheat on. Okay, you got a guy here who will pay all the bills. He'll take care of the kids. He'll buy you nice things. He'll take you out to dinner, to vacation. He'll buy you your wardrobe. Okay, he'll pay all the taxes. He'll buy you the car. He'll do all these things. And in exchange for that, you just have to sleep with him every once in a while. And he'll trust you on your free time, so you can go screw the good-looking guys that you're really attracted to. Okay, and even if he catches you, he'll just forgive you for it anyway because he loves you so much. And you can always play that card on him, the whole thing like you neglected me, okay, and then he'll forgive you and everything will be back to normal, okay, so you can go screw some other guys, all right, behind his back, because he'll always take it back and forgive you, right, Will Smith? Okay, so that's what he is. That's also what Harry is. That's what all the men on the show are, including Aiden was the OG of this, and he's on the show too. Go figure. 26 years, 25 years later, he's on the show again. Anyway, so Herbert, okay, he's running for a campaign. He has a campaign to become comptroller of the city of New York. And his wife is a documentarian, Lisa. She produces those Black History Month lesbian pioneering documentaries. She's working on one that's taken her 9 years, and she still hasn't finished it. Okay, but she hired a new editor, some 6'6" NBA looking, big dick guy, who's got more bling on his ears, and he's got more jewelry than she does. Okay, on his ears, his nose, everywhere. I'm sure his dick's even pierced too. Okay, and he wears designer clothes and all that kind of crap. He, of course, is another male feminist as well. Okay, well, she hired him to be the editor for her documentary that nobody's ever going to go see, and they have to go to Atlanta, so she has to get on a plane, blah blah blah. So she tells her husband that you need to go, glamping with the Golden Blants. That's Charlotte and her husband Harry, her family. They're all going to go to Governor's Island, okay, for a summer thing. Okay, go glamping, whatever the hell I have no idea what that is. I think it has something to do with camping, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, they're supposed to go there, and she's going to meet them there after she comes back from Atlanta. Okay, so he's like, you didn't tell me we were going to go. He's like, yes, I did. But did you? Like, this goes on for like 2 hours. Okay? Yes, I told you we were going. Yeah, but did you though? This goes on for fucking forever. This is ridiculous, okay? And in this episode, we find out that all of their children are gay too. Anyway, so moving right along, they go to Governor's Island, okay? While Lisa goes on her plane, her flight to Atlanta, okay? So that's what's going on here. The next scene we have is Seema, everyone's favorite lesbian. I'm sorry, everyone's favorite female incel, Seema. okay, who thinks she's better than everybody else. Okay, she applies for a loan. Okay, she goes to the feminist bank, you know, where they all hate men, despite the fact that they all work for men, and that men actually sign the paychecks that they get. Anyway, she goes to a feminist bank where she meets another butt ugly white woman who also hates men, and they bond over hating men. Okay, and she tries to use this whole like, you hate men, I hate men. We got that in common. You know, men are all pieces of shit. Men can't do anything. They're superfluous. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They can't fuck. They can't bank. They can't build anything that's worth anything. Okay, men did not build any of the buildings in this building. They didn't design anything. All the technology was not created by men. It was all created by women. Okay, everybody knows this. All right, and they're useless for fucking everything. They're no good. Okay, men all suck. They all eat shit. Okay, and that's good enough for them. And all this kind of this goes on for a few hours. All right, and of course she agrees because she's also a butt ugly, disgusting piece of shit as well. Okay, you got two pigs talking to each other here about how terrible men are. Okay, and she says, oh yes, you know, and I need a loan because you know my male boss, he undercut me, he sold the company out from under me without giving me any time to save the money to buy him out. And this goes on for a while, you know, her pity story. You know, I know she's a strong, independent woman, but for a woman who's strong, independent, don't need no man, she sure does whine a lot about her fucking life. She just cry about her life a lot. Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, and the banker there tells her, well, you know what, we're looking at your finances here, and you know, it's not really it's not very safe for us to loan you money. I mean, you've got all these expenses. I mean, your clothes, your wardrobe, your jewelry. I mean, you have do you really need a personal driver? I am a boss bitch. Okay, I am a baller. You know what I do is exactly what those professional NFL players do all the time. Okay, I do the exact same thing. Okay, I need to be driven everywhere. I do not walk anywhere. I do not drive anywhere. I get driven everywhere. Okay, that's what I deserve. It's all about my appearance. Okay, that's why I don't look like a big fat chain smoking alcoholic pig. Okay, it's because of my appearance. I am a boss. I'm a baller. And that's why I need the fucking money that your male boss needs to give me so I can open my own business and start all over again at 60 years old. Because I'm a baller. Yeah. Men suck. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? You know, like I said, she thinks she's a fucking 10. Okay, and that's why banker, and that is exactly why the banker in this episode is not a straight man. Okay, because a straight man would have laughed her out of the fucking bank. Okay, but since this is another butt ugly woman, okay, who's probably been shit on by a lot of men. I mean, I don't mean like men fucking fucked her over. I mean, they took a shit on her. Okay, Dubai style. Okay, yeah, because of that. Okay, she agrees with Seaman. She's gonna try to get Seaman a loan. Okay, but she's got to ask her fucking boss, who's a man, by the way, if he'll approve the loan. So despite the fact that they hate men, they sure do depend on men for a lot of shit. Oh my God, is there a message there? Nope. I must be imagining things. Okay, so anyway, they bond over how awful men are. I guess that's going to get her the loan. Okay, the next scene is Carrie. Carrie's in heels, okay, and she visits her neighbor, Duncan Reeves, who is a famous author of nonfiction who lives downstairs. He's British, of course, because he's a stuck-up, prudish motherfucker. And he uses a body double. So when you see his body, it's like a young guy who's fit and shredded, you know, and works out. But when you see him in person with his face attached to the body, then he's an old 60-year-old man, you know, with wrinkles and shit, shriveled up dick, all that kind of stuff, gray in his hair. Anyway, crooked nose, all that stuff. Okay, so she goes to visit and she tries to make peace with her neighbor, okay, because she has been keeping him awake. He sleeps during the day. When he's not peeking out the window in the middle of the day to yell at the gardener, okay, he does try to sleep during the day. Carrie, with her walking around on those wooden floors, is keeping him awake. She walks around in stilettos for fun, you know, that's keeping him awake. So he bitched to her about it. Again, she's like, I did not take off my shoes. Like, you did not tell me that I will walk in my heels if I want to, and you will not tell me what the fuck to do, you piece of shit, disgusting man. You know, just like that. Okay, so Carrie decides to try to make friends with him. Okay, Charlotte told him, get him like a basket or something to welcome him into the neighborhood. Even though he's been living there longer than her, okay, he only lives there 6 months out of the year. Then he goes back to Britain or whatever freaking gay country he's from. So she goes in there with her heels and visits him. She gives him a welcome to the neighborhood basket. Okay, he smokes a pipe in front of her. I guess he likes to smoke pipes. okay? And of course, he's wearing an unbuttoned shirt, Oxford shirt that goes all the way down to his fucking belly button. I guess y'all think that's sexy or some shit. I see that a lot in chick flicks. The guy will always have no undershirt underneath, which means that his armpits are sweaty as fuck, but they're not going to show that on the show, okay? But it's always unbuttoned all the way down to his fucking navel, okay? They did that too last season with the fucking guy, the cook, or I guess the chef, the Michelin chef that Naya fell in love with or whatever. Remember him? Remember how his collar was all the way down to his fucking belt buckle? How open it was? Well, so's this 60-something-year-old guy. Same fucking shit. I guess they shop at the same store. Okay, they're incapable of buttoning up their goddamn shirts. Okay, so she's there, okay, and she tells him, I'm a writer too, only I sleep at night and I actually walk around my apartment during the day because I got nothing else to do. I don't work. Like that, right? Okay. Excuse me. And of course, Duncan Reeves is a grouch. He's like, basically a male version of Seema. Okay, and he says like, she's like, I sense a little smile. I sense a little smile there, Duncan. He said, you must be a writer of fiction then. Like that. Like he's an asshole too. So she's a bitch. He's an asshole. They're made for each other. They're both writers, all that kind of shit. Guess what? He has a gift for Carrie as well. And he says, I believe I've solved our mutual problem here. Wait right there. I have something for you as well. And he goes to get it, and she opens it up, and what is it? It's a pair of fucking pink slippers. And honestly, Carrie's not offended by the fact that they're slippers. She's offended by the color they are. Pink. Oh, like I would ever wear pink. Oh my God. You walk around in a goddamn ballerina tutu, okay, for fucking 8 years in New York City, okay? Don't fucking tell me that fucking pink slippers are beneath you, okay? Anyway, so she's disgusted by the pink slippers, okay? She says she's allergic to them, but she does promise that she will buy a thick rug in the future, and she will try not to disturb him when she's walking around in her heels for no fucking reason, just because she likes to, okay? Anyway, he asks about like, well, what about the gardener? What about the strange man that comes here every day at 7 a.m. and starts working in the garden? And that of course is Adam, Mr. Burger King himself. Okay, she's like, well, what does Adam do? What does he do every morning? She says like, she tells him that the old garden was raised. I liked the old garden. Well, the old garden was rat infested. Okay, And, in that New York City, unfortunately, Mr. Reeves, this is New York City. And guess what New York City has? It has noise. Okay. And then she tells him off and walks away. He's just like, basically the way I am when I review this show. All right, so that's going on here. Typical chick flick stuff. We already know what's going to fucking happen here, okay? Just like every fucking chick flick, they all start off hating each other, okay? And then eventually, of course, they're going to hook up later. Why do I know that? Because Duncan Reeves is about Carrie's age. He's like 60-something years old, whatever. He's single, obviously. He's got no family, obviously. Or if he does, they're grown and they live back in the fucking UK. I'm sure he's probably divorced or some shit like that, but he's single right now. He's not attached to anyone. There's no woman down there with him. So either he's gay or he's fucking single. So of course he's gonna be single because we need Carrie to find someone to fuck. That's why. And that's why they don't get along. Okay, so that you can fall in love with their romance. They start off hating each other and get here's an incredible original idea. They're gonna start off hating each other and then slowly by the end of the movie they're gonna fall in love. And would you believe that they started off not liking each other? I know! Holy shit, didn't see that coming at all. Anyway. So of course he's single. Of course he's a limp dick. Of course he's a pussy. He's a pushover. He's going to eventually do everything she fucking tells him to do. He's going to get bossed around by whatever fucking third wave feminist just happens to be standing next to him at any given moment, which means all the women on this show. Okay? He's going to be a pushover. He's going to be a pussy. She's going to find something wrong with him. He's going to have a little dick or something, or he's not going to be able to get it up or something like, or he farts in bed, whatever. They're going to find something wrong with him and then and it's going to cause her to break up with him 5 minutes before the episode's over. Okay? We've already seen this before, okay? Nothing new here. We've been over this terrain before, okay? It's like on a merry-go-round. You keep going over the same thing over and over again. Anyway, the very next scene is Charlotte. Charlotte is upset, and she won't talk to Anthony. Anthony asks her, what's bothering you? She's in her kitchen, of course, trying to make some juice on her blender or whatever. And Anthony, what's bothering you? She's like, nothing's bothering me, okay? Leave me alone. Nothing's bothering me. All right, I'm fine. Like that, right? Okay. Rock and Lily walk in there. Rock, of course, you know Rock, the fucking the little Joseph Stalin herself, the non-binary, transgender, lesbian. You know, my name is Rock. New Kid on the Block. Part of Be the Flock. R-O-C-K Rock. R-O-C-K Rock. Rock. Yeah, Rock. Okay. Yeah. She's there. Of course, she's dressed like it's like a boy from the 1980s. And then Lily's there, dressed like a fucking pretentious, stuck-up bitch. All right. And they go up there. They confront their mom, Charlotte, as a unified front. Okay, and Rock and Lily, they tell Charlotte that they do not want to go glamping this weekend. They are not going to go glamping this weekend. They absolutely do not want to go glamping this weekend. Okay, and Lily, and of course Charlotte says like, "You're going glamp this weekend," and Rock's like, "Okay, fine," and Lily's like, "No, Mom. You don't understand. My boyfriend Diego, the faggot. I mean the pansexual faggot. I mean Diego. Yeah, it's him. My boyfriend that also has a boyfriend. Well, guess what? Him and his boyfriend Eric. We take turns every weekend with him. And this weekend's supposed to be my weekend with him. And if I'm not there to be with him, then he's going to get with Eric 2 weekends in a row, which leaves me at a disadvantage. And I need to be with my gay boyfriend. Look, man, I don't know what the kids are into these days. Okay, my little boy's not old enough to start dating yet. Okay, but I know some of you have daughters that are this age. Honestly, I'm talking to the real women out there, the real mothers out there. Okay, do you really think this is okay? Okay, ladies, if your 14-year-old, or in this case 29-year-old daughter who's pretending to be 18, if she came up to you and said that, hey, my boyfriend also has a boyfriend, but I love him anyway. Just think about that for a second. Your daughter is in love with a man who likes to take it up the ass by other men. Would that be okay with you? Would you maybe guide her in a different direction? Maybe tell her this is not the best choice to make, and that maybe this might have ramifications further on down the line in your life. This might cause you some further problems that you can avoid right now. Okay, once you do, I mean, if I was the dad of a girl like this, okay, I would take her over my knee and I would whip the crap out of her. Okay, but that's me. All right, I don't know, ladies, would you do that if this was your daughter? If she told you she was in love with a guy who likes to get fucked in the ass by men, would that be okay with you? Would you be accepting of that? Would you tell her, go girl? Okay, you do you, boss bitch. I mean, would you do that, or would you tell her what the fuck's wrong with you? Okay, you know what I mean? I don't know. Well, obviously we know which one Charlotte is. Okay, she's okay. She's okay with her daughter getting AIDS from his gay boyfriend. From his boyfriend, giving Lily AIDS. Since he's doing both. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Okay. All that's happening here. Blah blah blah. Okay, like I said, Rock's dressed like it's the early 1980s. She thinks she's a boy. Okay. Charlotte insists Lily will go. Okay, Charlotte insists that Lily and Rock are gonna go. Okay, and they stop Lily from telling her dad that she ain't going. Okay, because Lily was gonna tell. I'll just ask Dad if there's any way I can just not go. And Charlotte says, no, you will not call your father at all. You are going to go. Okay. Now the reason she did that is because earlier in this episode, her husband Harry told Charlotte that he got diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now, prostate cancer has a 98% survivability rate. Okay, so just because you got it does not mean you're going to die from it. Okay, and they caught it early. Okay, so chances are pretty high when he does die, it'll be from something else. Okay, but he does have prostate cancer. Of course, Charlotte's flipping out here. She even offered to quit her job, which we knew damn well she was never going to do. Okay, to take care of him. He wants her not to make a big deal out of it. Don't tell the kids. Keep it a secret. It's no big deal. I'm going to be fine. All right, but I needed you to know this about whatever. So now that's why Charlotte's been flipping out. Okay, that's why she's all like about spending time with the family now, and you have to go and blah blah blah, right? Okay, because her husband's old. Okay, his dick don't work anymore, and and he's been pissing himself lately. So those are the first symptoms. Okay, of prostate cancer. Okay, so Lily splits Diego. Lily explains to Charlotte about the whole Diego situation. Yes, they put me in this stupid TV show. They got a gay boy named after me. Okay, I heard a rumor from someone I know who works in Hollywood that told me, okay, that someone over there watched one of my videos, and this is their way of trolling me. This is their way of getting back at me. Okay, okay, this is their way of hurting my feelings. Okay, of showing me who's who. Okay, they're trying to make it out like I'm bisexual or some crap. All right, get the hell out of here. Because the gay guys that make this show, okay, they don't believe in heterosexuality. They think that every single guy in the world is really gay. They just pretend to be straight because society pressures them. Okay, but that's not true at all. Okay, I know I'm freaking straight. You know how I know that? Okay, because when I first started liking girls, okay, the first time I ever masturbated, I was thinking about women. That's why. That's how I know. Okay, and I was born that way. All right, nobody pressured me into being that way. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. So that's going on here. Okay, and Charlotte insists that both Lily and Rock are going to go, and she tells her that this is a positive event. It's a positive event, and you are going to go like that. So actually, Charlotte's actually showing some backbone. Usually, her children run over her, but not today. Charlotte's actually telling her children what to do and putting her foot down, which we never see Charlotte do. All right, now Lily. So all that's going on here. Charlotte puts her foot down, which is kind of weird. The next scene, Carrie. Carrie complains about the pink slippers to Miranda on the phone. Yes, she's talking on the phone. Miranda, by the way, is reading text while she's talking to Carrie, okay? But Carrie tells Miranda, oh my God, and can you believe it? He gave me some pink slippers to wear around the house. I am disgusted with these pink slippers. I do not wear pink slippers in my own house. Okay, all that kind of crap, right? But of course, Miranda doesn't give a shit because she immediately changes the subject, okay? Miranda, apparently she is living in an Airbnb. I thought she moved out of one, but apparently this apartment she's in is an Airbnb. All right. Okay. And the owner, she complained to the owner about the guitar noise coming out of her neighbor across the hall. Okay. It's keeping her, it's distracting her from doing her work. So she slipped a note under the door, and all of a sudden the guitar noise stopped. Okay, well, guess what? He's doing it again. Whoever lives in that apartment is playing the guitar or playing their radio too loud, whatever the hell it is. It's really loud. It's heavy metal music. It's pissing off Miranda. Miranda complained to the owner of the Airbnb, but he's not going to do anything about it because apparently he's not supposed to be running an Airbnb. Okay. Okay, so he can't really do anything about it. All right. Okay, about the guitar noise. So Carrie is pissed that Miranda is reading a text while talking to her. Okay, and she invites her to be her roommate. She said, oh, why don't you just come with me? I live alone here in this big house. Why don't you just come stay with me? Because, they're friends like that, but Miranda says like, well, the truth is I need my own space. Okay. I don't want to live with anybody. So Miranda's bitchiness is starting to come out. Now, here you're getting a free ride. Your friend is offering to let you stay with her in her big house that she lives in all by herself. Granted, she's going to need some furniture. She's got more than enough money to buy furniture. Maybe this will motivate her to buy some furniture, right? Okay. So Miranda says like, no, I kind of want to like my privacy. I kind of want to live alone, that kind of thing, So Miranda does not want to, okay? And she asks her to call Seema. Hey, can you call your friend Seema? She's a realtor. Maybe she can find me an apartment. And the Carrie's like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't want to mix, business with friendship, like that. It's just kind of weird, And Miranda's, well, yeah, but Seema's unemployed right now, okay? She quit her job, okay? So she's not doing anything right now, okay? I can give her some money this way. She can find me an apartment. No, it's not good. I don't want to mix friendship with business. It's always going to end up bad. I don't want to do that and blah, blah, and fuck you, that kind of thing, because that's the kind of friend that Carrie is. It's never about her helping her friends. It's always about, can her friends help her? Okay, and Carrie's always been that way, by the way. She's always been that way, ever since Sex and the City. Okay, everything is about her problems and nobody else's, okay? And this makes no sense. I mean, because I remember on Sex and the City, those women would do anything for each other. Okay, they didn't even have to ask; they would just do it. Okay, whenever anybody didn't give Carrie what she wanted, that was a whole episode built to that. Remember that? Remember when Charlotte wouldn't give Carrie a loan so she could buy her apartment? Remember that? Remember that whole episode was based on why didn't you even offer to give me any money? I mean, that was an actual episode, all right? And Charlotte says like, your business finances are not my responsibility. And what happened at the end of that episode? Charlotte gave Carrie the loan. she gave her her engagement ring. The point is, this is not in character. Of course, Carrie would call Seema and say, hey, my friend Miranda needs a place to stay. It's money her direction. Why would you not do that? This episode makes no sense. Carrie's being a bitch when to her friends, which is kind of weird. She's usually a bitch to everybody else, but to her friends, even more so now. Okay, so that's going on. Okay, Miranda gets upset because she hears the heavy metal music come in from her neighbor again. Okay, so she's really pissed off, so she decides to go over there across the hall and she slides another letter, okay, under the door, and then she walks back to her apartment, okay? And when she walks, before she can close the door, the owner of that apartment opens the door, and what? Okay, of course, this man is extremely well hung. That's the first thing. I'm not gay or nothing, okay, but if it's looking right at you, it's right there. Obviously, you're gonna look, okay? This extremely fucking, I'm talking like swinging past his knees. He opens the door. He's wearing his socks though, that makes no sense. Anyway, otherwise he's a perfect man. And he opens the door. He's got a meat cleaver in his hand, okay? And he's got socks on. And that's it. He's got a meat cleaver and he's wearing socks. And that's it. And he tells her what I've been waiting to say ever since I first met Miranda back on fucking Sex and the City back in 1997. He tells her, he says, he tells her that if she slides another letter under his door again, he will chop her into pieces. Ah! I don't know who this guy is, but he's definitely the best thing about this show. I thought this season was going to be crap. Nope. He saved this series for me, okay? The series is now saved because of this man. And of course, they're not going to bring him back. Of course not, okay? You know why they're not going to? Because they don't want ratings. I guarantee you bring this guy back every fucking episode and your ratings are going to skyrocket. Men are going to start watching this show, okay? Have him start dating Seema, okay? That would be awesome. Can you imagine that? Once he pulls down his pants, Seema's going to be like, oh, do you do porn? It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. No penis bump. None of that crap. Okay? No fucking ascot on while they're doing it. No one on their cell phone while they're doing none of that. That's all done now. We got the cleaver. This guy's awesome. This man is awesome. I love this guy. It's about time. It's about time they had a real actor on here. A real actor. A brave actor. I want to chop you up into pieces. We're talking, this guy needs an Emmy. This guy needs an Emmy. And the best part about it, don't even watch it. Turn the volume off. Just watch this scene with no volume. Okay? It's the best. It is the best acting I've seen on the show. Hands down. Hands down, best acting I've ever seen on the show. This guy, I don't know what this guy's name is. I'm about to look it up. This guy was incredible. Bravo, dude. You showed them. You showed me too, man. Damn, now I'm jealous. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so that happened, and I don't know what else is there to say about this episode. I think we should stop it right there. Honestly, I mean, if you stop the episode right here, I mean, it's not a bad episode. I will chop you up into pieces. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, I thought this show was gonna suck. Whoa, no, that was actually great. I was actually surprised. This is the only time I was laughing. There's a scene later on in this episode where I was cracking up too. It was great. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, Carrie's acting like more of an asshole than usual, but the episode is better than usual. Go figure. How does that work? I don't know. So anyway, if they really want to save the show, they need to bring this guy back. He needs to show up have him be like play different characters in every episode, And wouldn't it be cool? It's like he's like the maitre d' at this nice restaurant, and he pulls out a cleaver, and I'll chop you up into pieces. Oh my god, I love this guy. I love this guy. I'm gonna have to find out who this guy is. Oh my god, dude. I know what I'm gonna be wearing around here from now on. Hey, sweetheart, I got a new outfit. Oh my god, yeah. That's some great television. I will chop you up. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's talk about the episode again. All right, so sorry. My apologies. I know. Try to give you top quality videos here. Okay, here I am losing my shit. All right, so Miranda moves in with Carrie. Okay, obviously the next scene, and she tells him there was a man there who pulled up a cleaver in front of me, a naked man. He said, "I will chop you." And Miranda's like, "Ah!" Oh my god, this guy. He is the poster boy of this show from now on. From now on, he is the poster boy of this show. I will chop you up in a bit. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's try to be a little professional here. Okay, I'm bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. So Miranda shows up at Carrie's place, right? She tells Miranda to take her shoes off. Okay, despite keeping her stilettos on, she still tells Miranda, "Don't take your shoes off. Don't walk on my floor. You're gonna upset him downstairs." You know. And Miranda, "But you have your shoes." Yes, I have my shoes on. But you know what? I know how to walk in them. Like that. Okay. Total bitch. You know. And so that's going on. And there's a delivery guy shows up. Okay, like these movers show up, and they're delivering a table to Carrie. And Carrie's like, "What table?" You know, he's like, yeah, this is Mr. Aiden Shaw. He had this table here delivered to your house. And she looks on the iPad, and it's the table that she wanted. It's the table that she told Aiden that she wanted. Aiden went and bought it for her. Now, she tried to buy it last episode, okay? She checked her phone. It wasn't available. Somebody had already bought it. So she got all pissed off with, now I'm going to cheat on him. Okay, well, guess what? The reason she couldn't buy it is because Aiden already bought it. He bought it for her and had it delivered to her house. So here's the table that she wanted. She finally got it. Good for you, Carrie. Okay? You didn't have to spend your multi-million dollars to buy this table, okay? Your limp dick boyfriend that you cheated on, okay, that you're not going to see for 5 years, he's the one that bought it for you because you deserved it, okay? You're such a wonderful woman. Okay, so Aiden bought the table for her, you know, and of course it's romantic. Of course, the mover is a closeted homosexual, just like all the only guy who's not a closeted homosexual is the guy who opened the door for Miranda, like, "I will chop you up into pieces because I'm not gay." Just like that guy's not homosexual. He's not homosexual. No, I can smell my own. All right, he's not homosexual. All right, but the mover is. He's over here. His pussy's getting wet. Oh, it's so romantic. Oh, you know, like he's ready to fucking watch Titanic with Kate Winslet. Okay, yeah. Of course. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, and then while this happens, Duncan Reeves shows up. He sees this table being moved into, you know, he goes in, and of course Miranda all of a sudden became straight all of a sudden because she looks at Duncan Reeves and her pussy gets all wet, and she just so happened to have a biography of Winston Churchill in her hand. Okay, like she was waiting for fucking Duncan Reeves to show up so that he could autograph her book for her. Okay. You know, she's got it in her hand. Like it's right there available. Like she knew Duncan Reeves was going to show up at that moment and have the book handy so that she could ask him for an autograph. "Oh, Mr. Reeves, could you please autograph this book? I'm such a big fan of yours. Could you please autograph this book for me? Please, I love your books. I love all your books. Just write down, if you step me on it, I'll chop you in a fucking pieces." Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Damn it. What's wrong with me? Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Okay. I went too far. With that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull it back. Let's get back on topic here. Okay. So that's going on. All right. Okay, so he signs it, right? Okay, he signs it for her, okay? He writes his name, okay, on there. The Winston Churchill book that she has, okay? He tells the movers that Carrie does not have any that she has no rugs. Okay, there's no rugs. So wherever they put this table, it's going to ruin her floor. So now she's just like, ugh. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, the very next scene, Lisa and Marion are on a plane, and they sit together on the plane. I guess they're landing from Atlanta. They're late, like they should have gotten there earlier, but the plane was delayed for whatever reason. So they just touched down in New York. Now, what Lisa needs to do now is she needs to grab her bag and go straight to Governor's Island because that's where her husband and her kids are. Okay, so she really needs to get off the plane. Okay, and she's sitting there next to her editor, the 6'6" NBA player I told you about. His name is Marion. Yeah, I know. His name is Marion Odin. Okay, and yes, his name's Marion. Okay, it's a guy, but his name is Marion. Get it? You get it? Okay, yeah. The subtext. Did I tell you the gay guys are the showrunners for the show? Did I tell you that? Michael Patrick Queen is the showrunner. Okay, and the head writer is Samantha Irby. Okay, and all you need to do is look at her beautiful face, and you'll understand why the show is the way that it is. Okay, and Michael Patrick Queen himself has a lot of heterophobia. Okay, so for him, all straight men need to be ridiculed and made fun of. Okay, and no change. Just because this guy's black does not mean he's above that. He's got earrings on. He's got bling bling. He's got watches and rings and all sorts of jewelry on. And of course he's like a soy boy as well, like all the men are on the show. Okay, he's on the plane with Lisa. And like the bitch that he is, okay, he announces to the entire plane after they land, after they unbuckle themselves and start grabbing their overhead baggage, he announces to everybody in the plane what a wonderful boss bitch Lisa is, okay, how great she is. Everybody get out of the way, okay? Miss Lisa here is walking through. She has to get her bag here, okay? She has to go glamping. She's going glamping, so you need to get out of the way. It's a family emergency, all of you, okay? Okay, let her through. Okay, she doesn't just have to go glamping. She's also a wife. She's also a mother. Her cock is bigger than mine. She's prettier than me. She has more money than me. She's better looking than me. Blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff. And that goes on for a while. Because every single episode, okay, there comes a time when a character has to tell the women on the show how great they are, how incredible they are, what boss bitches they are, how their cocks are bigger than theirs, how they have more money, how they're more successful, they're prettier, more talented, more successful, more everything. There's always a character. This happens several times in every episode, okay, every single episode. Okay, they basically eat out a character's asshole. It's always done every single episode. That's how you know that that's how you know that a character is great. Okay, when another character tells her that she's great, that's how you know. It has nothing to do with whether or not the audience likes the characters. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with whether another character shows up and tells the main character, you are so wonderful, you are so beautiful, you're so successful, you're so vivacious, you're so lovely, you're so smart, you're so rich, you're so pretty, your cock is bigger than mine, you have more money in the bank than I do, you're better at the job than I am. Okay, that happens every single episode to all the main characters. Okay, that's how you know these characters are awesome and that the fans love them, because another character will be written in there to tell them how great they are. Okay, you see what I mean? That's how it works in real life. Okay, you don't ever show anyone how great you are. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is have somebody tell you how great you are. That's how you know you're great. Okay, that happens in real life too. Anyway, so that's going on here. She's like, oh yeah, she's so incredible. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a mother of 3. She's a wife. She's the owner of her own business. She's a professional documentarian. She's talented. Her cock's bigger than mine. She has more money than me. She's prettier than me. And she dresses like a fucking kaleidoscope. Okay, yeah, that's going on here. Okay, and then she tells Marion, okay, I got to go right now, Marion. And once that happens, once she calls him Marion, all the men on the plane look at him like, like he's gay or something. He's like, Marion is a man's name too, you know. Men also have that name. It's also a man's name. It's not just a girl, it's a man's name too. Men can be called Marion. Yes, they can. Oh, yes, they can. Like that, okay? Like the soy boy pussy bitch that he is, like all the men are on the show. Okay. All right, that's it for now. But if you watch my videos again, I'll chop the oven up. Okay. I'll have this under control by the next video, okay? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one, okay? Damn. Oh, my God.